Hello, world. How you doing? Well, I thought today I would give you a little my history and how I came to be doing this channel and partnering with the great Mike Rollins uh, to make a channel that's about an inner mind communication of love that blossoms into progressive politics, a real love for democracy and for people and their rights. All these things, they actually, you say, well, what's that got to do with, politics? This mystic communication of love. What, what does, what does this mystic self-realization, uh, practice of inner love have to do with politics? It's all connected in what I call the love flow, the ability to give and receive love, which is the great freedom the real freedom. Why do you hear people say freedom, freedom, freedom? And they don't know what they're talking about. A lot of times they mean license to do whatever you want to do. No, that's not real freedom. The Christians have a statement for that. He the Son sets free is free indeed. To follow the Son, Jesus, means to follow love in that religion. And it means both giving and receiving love. Yeah. So, and if you're going to heal your damaged faith in love, which is part of what this channel is about, um, you do that with love. And you then, having had that healing love, uh, you're you need to be dedicated to expressing that love in your daily life. I mean, the life of your imagination in your inner mind, your daylight dream, I call it sometimes, uh, they educate each other, you know. So we learn from daily life and real experience, and we learn from reflection in a loving way into ourselves. Both of these are important, and they fit together, hand in glove. So, to me, uh, to just be a loving person inside, not do anything with it, and not have the courage to stand up for democracy, which helps people to have that freedom, that ultimate freedom to give and receive love. Uh, how hollow and empty is that? You need both. And so that's why this channel talks about both. When we're talking about a threat to democracy, like people like Trump, Elon Musk, and so many others, the wayward so we, you know, we don't do that with animosity. We don't do that with hatred. They may evoke feelings of disgust, surely, but these are, in our philosophy here, they're sick minds, but they should not be in power. And a threat to democracy needs to be defended. And we've had to use violence before to defend democracy. Did it on D-Day. Nothing wrong. Nothing unloving about that. These brave men gave their ultimate gift, many of them, and certainly a part of their lives, if they survived, uh, all in the name of the real freedom, democracy, and love. I don't see, the no amazing thing about this insight. Um, there are details about how to uh, go about uh, using your imagination and mind to define love, both for what I call the infant mind and the child mind, both, and the adult, all three. And yeah, so that's a worthwhile journey. My story was that I went through many different religions, gaining various kinds of knowledge, and had some very mystical kinds of experiences. And I was a big believer in religious sorts of teachings and understandings, and to some degree I still am. But as to believing in well, I don't like to talk about philosophy. I don't like to attack someone's idea of God or a personal soul. These are things that one famous therapist said, whatever gets you through the night. But I do believe that practicing love voids the need for religion. And it's the source of our virtues. You don't need a holy book in order to know what that is. So this is what I call the mystic path. You don't need an outside preacher or whatever to tell you what's loving. It's something you were born with in most cases. If you weren't, then your brain was damaged somehow, and it's up to the rest of us to try and heal that brain and help you get along. Um, there's nothing about punishment that makes a nation or a person great. It's a failure. A punishing attitude is not a loving one. I wouldn't go to war against a new Nazi Germany or whatever situation like that with the idea that I hate anyone. But forces against democracy have to be put down. We have to fight for them. That's just the way the world is. And the more we defeat this kind of autocratic nonsense, then the better the world gets. And the longer our human species might get a chance to exist. maybe even reaching to the stars. So soon we're gonna make a presentation. My my dear friend Mike, um, former Democratic chair of the Democ- of the party in Collin County, Texas, did a great job, by the way. And he'll be talking about how to organize, and that's going to be on a Zoom call soon. And I think he's going to talk about organizing uh, the resistance to enemies of love, democracy, like this new Trump MAGA thing. There's a lot of things that we need to talk about, but we need to take action. And a lot of people are saying support the channel, and that's taking action. But that's only part of it. We need to organize on the ground, and that's where Mike Rollins is, I think, a genius at organizing resistance against love. And love, it embraces everybody, no matter what their religion or whatever belief system they hold or lack of one. Love just doesn't care. Uh, Love even loves Trump. Yeah, I love Trump. I love Elon, especially their inner child. Before that inner child got so messed up, and still love. But they don't need to be in power. If they're going to collapse our democracy, and well, they're collapsing love. And what is the collapse of love? Well, it's the collapse of the love flow, which is a kind of trade where you love and you receive love. Uh, the one helps the other. And even with people who can't love you back, to love them is still important. Jesus taught that. Come on. That's basic ABC of love. They can't offer anything back, then guess where your blessing comes from? It comes from the fact that whatever you give, you're automatically receiving inside your own self. There's a mirror going on. Empathy. So that when I do something as a kindness for someone who hates me, I'm uh, I'm loving myself. I'm loving myself big time. Nothing to brag about once you figure it out. What else should we be doing? Yeah, you should just be loving all the time. And yeah, I mentioned the history. Um, the things that I realized um, has brought me to connect with other people who have similar realizations, many different fields of study and so on. And the great Mike Rollins, he was another mystic of sorts who who practiced Zen, kind of Zen mindfulness meditation. We ask him; he'll tell you. And that's part of the practice that we do. We do three different kinds of meditative sorts of things. By meditative, and I mean uh, approaches to your own inner reflection without language. And there's a lot of ways to do. There are three that I teach, and there are three role plays, which are an exercise in empathy between yourself and others, self of part of you that called the inner artist is up above your whole dramatic timeline. This is what I learned from Vaishnava Hinduism, Hare Krishna teaching. That they call it the super soul, or Paramatma, or the watcher. So there's a part of you that can reflect on the entire uh, dramatic timeline experience, and connecting with that inner artist, that ability to create uh, new experiences. Well, that is a kind of transcendent position um, above all that's happening, all the stresses, concerns about the past, and all of it. Up above appreciates the story, you in it, and just calls to you empathetic love. Hey, be the hero of love in that story. What a great story. Be the hero of love. That would make it even better. I'm watching these bars, see whether my voice is actually being recorded. Yeah. Not a high tech situation here. Just myself and a mic, a quiet night. I hope that you'll be tuning in, and you'll especially tune in to any Zoom calls we create. And hmm, hopefully you'll be in some of those Zoom calls in the future. And to do that, subscribe to the channel and subscribe to our Facebook group by the same name, Inner Mind Communication. And so we can get to know you, and so yeah, that's a reward that we give to people who subscribe, um, and get to know us, so that we can get your email, so we can invite you to the Zoom. That's important. And I hope you get a chance to join us on some of our discussions. Often we have, we have an unrecorded part of the Zoom that you can be part of, decide what we're going to talk about, um, what would be the good message for the day. And then the rest is, recorded, and those who want to be in that, you can be in it and not show your face, or you can be in it and be bold. Um, and you can go by, you don't have to go by your real name. Yeah. So I hope that, you'll consider subscribing. Um, Share videos. That really helps the word to go out. That, hey, it's about democracy and love. That's what it's about. And it's about communicating that love inside your own reflection and inner imagination and outwardly to the world. So, and that means defending love and democracy. You don't let the Nazi regime take over Europe, and brave troops at D-Day said, no, you don't. They weren't there because they hated Jewish people and the Germans at that time. The Nazis, they hated Jewish. That's terrible. Um, but our troops didn't go there because they hated the soldiers that were fighting them, but they fought for freedom. They gave their ultimate gift, some of them, on that day, on D-Day. And just a reminder that Trump, according to one of our fine generals, referred to those troops as losers and suckers. And to say that we're not, as loving people, going to stand up against a sick mind like Trump and let him roll over our great nation here in the United States or anybody like him in any other country, this channel's for everybody, around the world. You know, copycat the thing or join us or do whatever you want. We've got to fight for love and democracy, and the real freedom that these give, the freedom to love and be loved, and the freedom for everyone to have a chance to. And so subscribing really helps us. Sharing the video helps, and comments are great. But if you comment, you don't share the video, and you don't subscribe, well, that hurts the channel. It means fewer people are going to see the message. So, subscribe, share, comment, and like the video. That at least do that. None of those things cost you any money. So, this is what we're doing. We're not first and foremost a business. In the future, we may need extra funds in order to expand the message, help more people. But for now, um, there's absolutely, you're not seeing an ad, not seeing me selling you anything for now. But not that there's anything wrong with that. But yeah, it's about the main mission. I mean, I'm 71, you know, and this is the end of, this is the last portion of my life. And I will go down fighting for democracy and love, for the real freedom that gives that opportunity. And consider trade. For everybody's a trading partner. That means you respect all trading partners, including what some refer to as workers. They're trading partners. You ought to throw off that word. Trading partners are trading partners. Trading partners have a right to organize for their own benefit and to make deals, right? That's real free trade. There's no free trade without fair trade, without every trading partner having the same options. Yeah. So consider the channel pro union. My goodness, we got rid of child labor, and we did all kinds of good things. We had great unions that gave us the ability to not only do well ourselves, but for our kids to do better. Now that's gone. It's been gone for a long time, and now they're doubling down. The enemies of democracy and love and real freedom are doubling down against that picture. We have to fight to restore it. Yeah. Making the country great again doesn't mean going back to the bad things that were in the past. It means going back to the good things that were in the past. Unions, people, you know, doing, when the police who couldn't just walk off the job, others would have sympathy strikes to help them out. Yeah, that's the way it should be. We need to, consider everybody family. And that means no matter what, good Lord, I mean, you're going to hate somebody because of the shade of their skin or their ancestry, their religion. That's insane. This country is above that. We're going to remain above that. And so, if you're with us, let us know that we're not just a voice crying in the desert, that you hear us, that you're with us, that you wish to add your voice to the voice of real freedom, real progress. It isn't just about making any nation great again. It's always about restoring anything you've lost that was great in the past, of course, but it's also about making things even better. And that's the great promise that people like Martin Luther King Jr. said, I have a dream. It's up to all of us to make that dream come true. Increasingly, our diversity is our strength in this country. And any kind of fascist kind of movement that doesn't honor that is a threat to our nation here and a threat to other nations, as we've seen. Our former allies, Denmark and Colombia and Mexico and even Canada. This is this is a this is terrible. And it's, you see that happening in your country, put your voice in here. We need to hear about it. Those kind of things may be stewing in the background in even a great country like Canada. Look what happened to us. So, I mean, Make sure you share your voices. This is the channel where you can do that. I like to sing my Irish blessing. It's one of these little odd things that I do occasionally, and I do it from my heart. Um, and I'm going to sing it for you. Yeah, the dogs and the cats start howling, turn me off. Uh, it's meant with love. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand, or her hand, or its hand, however you want to see that. And until next time, remember, you're not just in a world of wonder looking around, you're part of that wonder. Have a great day.